Do you want me to tell you how old I am? Is that what you're really looking for? I can see the curiosity in your eyes, the way people always look at someone who has survived as many winters as I have. Well, if we're being precise, I am 95 years old. But in my heart, and in the way I count the days now, I am actually already halfway through my 96th year. You see, when June comes around and the air starts to feel like summer again, I will have officially completed 96 full trips around the sun. It sounds like a long time when you say it out loud, doesn't it? It's almost a century of breathing, walking, and watching the world change in ways I never could have imagined when I was a little girl. People often look at me and wonder what it's like to be in this body right now at this stage of the journey. They look at my wrinkled hands or the way I move a bit more carefully than I used to. If you expect me to complain about the aches or the slowing down, you might be disappointed. Honestly, what I love most about being in my body right now is simply the fact that I can still breathe easy. There is a profound, quiet joy in a clear breath that many people don't even notice until it becomes difficult. I am just genuinely happy for whatever I have left. I'm not blind to the reality of getting older. I know very well that more and more limitations are headed my way, and I can feel my mobility slowly making its way out the door. But here is the thing I've decided. I don't want to have just visited this world. I don't want to be like a tourist who looked at the sights, took a few photos, and left no heart behind. So I am choosing to live as fully as I can with exactly what I've got. My goal every single morning I wake up is to be a child of wonder and astonishment. It might sound strange to hear a woman who is nearly 100 years old say that she is having her second childhood right now, but it's the absolute truth. And let me tell you, this is my happy childhood. You see, my first childhood, the one back in the early 20th century, was quite miserable. I didn't enjoy being a child the first time around at all. I was always the outsider, the one people pointed at and whispered about. I carried this heavy, terrible self-consciousness with me everywhere I went, like a backpack full of stones. It was so painful that even now, decades later, I don't even like thinking about it. I felt like I didn't belong, like I was watching the world through a glass window. But that was then. This is now. Now I have fun. I am finally, after all these years, enjoying my existence. I am just now learning what play really means, because I never truly knew it when I was young. When we are kids, we think play is just about toys or games, but I've discovered it's something much deeper and more spiritual. To me now, play means exploring. It means experimenting with the day, being endlessly curious about the smallest things, and really really seeing what is in front of me. It's about being fully in the body, feeling alive, and refusing to let fear take the wheel. Play is about the freedom to witness the miracle and the mystery of being alive. I often think of the words of the poet T.S. Eliot, who captured this feeling so perfectly. He wrote that we shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we started and to know the place for the first time. That is exactly what this second childhood feels like to me. I've come back to the beginning, to the simple state of being a human on earth, but I'm seeing it with eyes that finally understand its value, I'm knowing the world for the first time, even though I've been here for 95 years. People always pull me aside and ask for the secret. They want to know how to live this long, or they're looking for that one magic trick, that one diet or exercise that will make everything okay. I always tell them the same thing, and it usually surprises them because it's so simple. Go slow. That's it. That is my secret. Go slow. We live in a world that is obsessed with speed, with getting there, with the next appointment or the next goal. But when you move slowly through your life, you start to realize where you actually need to seek the truth. You begin to hear the quiet voice of your own heart, and you'll know exactly when it's time to speak your truth. When you slow down, you realize that the only way to actually enjoy this day is to be in it right now. You can't enjoy now if your mind is already halfway into tomorrow. Going slow isn't about being lazy. It's about being present enough to feel the texture of your life as it happens. There was a time in my life, quite a while ago now, when I faced a real ending. I had cancer, I had the surgery, and once it was over, the doctors told me it was done. I didn't have to do anything more. But in the weeks and months after that, I felt a heavy need to give myself a reason for why I had been spared. Why did I get my life back when so many others didn't? I felt like I owed the universe something in exchange for my survival. It took me many years of living, of reflecting, and of just being quiet to see that what I had to give wasn't some grand achievement or a famous work of art. It was something ineffable, something you can't quite put into words. I realized I had my light to give, a light of harmlessness, of harmony, of singing, and of being joyful and rejoicing. I realized that we are not here to win at life. We are here to experience the sheer wonder of being in a physical body and to recognize a fundamental truth. We are each other. This is the part that makes me feel the most awe. We are all made of the exact same stuff. You can use the scientific words if that makes more sense to your brain. We are made of neurons, protons, cells, and molecules. We are all part of the same massive, incredible whole. We are little bits of stars, and we are also just dust. I like to think of humanity and the entire world as a great kaleidoscope. Imagine all of us as those tiny, colorful little pieces inside the tube. Every time the universe turns the tube, the pieces shift, and the pattern is different. You and I are made of exactly the same materials, but we are put together in a way that makes us unique for this one moment in time. There is only one you in the whole world, just like there is only one unique version of every single petal on a pansy flower in my garden. Everywhere I look, I see another little version of myself. If I see a person struggling or a person laughing in another section of life, I know that's just another version of me, made of the same stuff, but arranged differently by the turn of the kaleidoscope. I call it same, and different. It's a simple phrase, but it holds everything. I am the same as the tree outside my window, yet I am different. I am the same as the star thistle growing in the field, the grass under my feet, and the dirt that holds the roots. I am even the same as that tiny black ant you see climbing that mile-high wall. I watch that ant and I think, there I go, just trying to get to the top. And as humble as it sounds, I am the same as the garbage heap, the compost pile, I am definitely part of the compost pile on my way out. There is no separation between the clean parts of life and the dirty parts, or the living parts and the dying parts. We are all recycling. I am you and you are me. We are all just different turns of the same beautiful kaleidoscope. Recognizing this connection, this sameness, changes how you treat the world. When you realize that the ant and the tree are same as you naturally move toward a life of harmlessness and harmony. You stop wanting to fight and start wanting to sing. Because of where I am in my journey, halfway through 96, I spend a lot of time these days contemplating not being here. I am contemplating my death. For some people, that sounds like a dark or scary thing to do. They want to look away from it. But for me, it is just another part of the exploration. I find so much comfort in those other words from T.S. Eliot. We die with the dying. See, they depart and we go with them. We are born with the dead. See, they return and bring us with them. Life and death aren't two different things. They are a breath in and a breath out. My prayer for when that time comes is very simple. I hope to go as gently as possible. I want to be as aware as I can be of my own self leaving, feeling the transition as it happens. I want to depart with a heart overflowing with gratitude and joy and a deep, quiet sense of satisfaction. I want to be able to say, I'm done. I've finished my part of the pattern. I'm out of here and it is absolutely okay. Life is such a magnificent mystery. I've spent 95 years trying to live in it, and I've realized that I don't need to figure anything out anymore. I don't need to understand the mechanics of the universe or the why of every tragedy or every blessing. Instead, I just want to be in awe. I want to stand in front of the mystery with my mouth open and my heart full and simply say thanks. I am grateful for the light. I am grateful for the chance to have played in this body for a little while, even with the parts that were miserable and the parts that were joyful. I am grateful for the same and different connections I've felt with the trees, the star thistles, and the ants. Note: to ensure this narrative reaches the requested depth, I will expand further on the concept of the light of harmlessness and the compost pile, as these are central to the woman's wisdom. Think about that compost pile for a second. Most people look at a pile of decaying leaves and food scraps and see waste. They see something to be hidden away. But if you go slow and really look, you see that the compost pile is where the magic happens. It is where the old becomes the new. It is where death turns back into life. By saying I am part of the compost pile, I am saying that I am part of the earth's great engine of renewal. My body will go back there, and I will become the soil that feeds the pansies I love so much. That isn't a sad thought. It's a beautiful one. It means I never truly leave. I just change my shape in the kaleidoscope. And that light of harmlessness I mentioned, it's what happens when you stop trying to control everything. When you are no longer afraid, you no longer feel the need to be harmful. You become a person of harmony. You become someone who rejoices in the success of others because you realize their success is just another version of your own joy. You become someone who can sit in a chair, unable to walk as well as you used to, and still feel like you are part of a grand celestial dance. So if you're listening to this, whether you're 20 or 80, I hope you take these lessons to heart. Don't just visit this world. Don't just rush through the patterns of the kaleidoscope, missing the colors because you're moving too fast. Go slow. Seek the truth in your own heart, not in what everyone else is shouting at you. And most importantly, remember that you are made of the same stardust and molecules as everything else. When you finally realize that you are the tree, you are the ant, and you are the person sitting across from you, you will find a harmony that makes every breath, even the very last one, something to rejoice in. I'm 95, almost 96, and I'm finally having a happy childhood. I'm finally learning how to play, and I'm finally ready to say thanks for the whole mystery of it all. It's all been such a miracle. Just remember, right now is the only time you have to enjoy this day. Don't waste it trying to be anything other than a child of wonder and astonishment. Thank you for being part of my journey. It has been a pleasure to share this turn of the kaleidoscope with you. Be well, go slow, and live in awe.